Good evening. Today's weather news bulletin will be fully devoted to updating and analyzing the extraordinary developments in the Atlantic Ocean, where two strong tropical cyclones are moving almost in tandem and both are on track toward Bermuda. These are Hurricane Umberto, already a strong hurricane with a well-defined eye, and Tropical Storm Imelda, currently sustaining winds of 70 miles per hour and just a slight intensification away from being officially classified as a Category 1 hurricane. This is a rare scenario in a hurricane season, when two systems exist in such close proximity and both have projected tracks sweeping across a small island nation like Bermuda. Residents there are now rushing to prepare for the possibility of facing two separate rounds of damaging winds within less than 2 days. At present, Umberto is positioned northwest of Bermuda, with a central pressure of about 972 MB and maximum sustained winds of 100 miles per hour, making it a Category 2 storm on the Saffir-Simpson scale. Satellite imagery shows a clear eye, well-developed spiral bands, and a wind field extending hundreds of kilometers outward, moving at roughly 17 miles per hour toward the north-northwest. Umberto is expected to quickly pull away from Bermuda within the next 24 hours. During this time, however, outer rain bands will continue to sweep across the island, bringing gusty winds, showers, and elevated seas. For this reason, Umberto is not considered the primary immediate danger to Bermuda, but it does act as a temporary shield, influencing the track of the system behind it. That system, Imelda, is the real concern. It remains classified as a strong tropical storm with maximum sustained winds of 70 miles per hour and a central pressure near 981 MB. Many may ask why it has not yet been upgraded to hurricane status with such pressure. The reason is that its wind field has not fully consolidated, with stronger winds still unevenly distributed and dry air intruding from the south, preventing a symmetrical core. Nevertheless, strengthening is clearly underway. Imelda is moving over warm waters with low wind shear, highly favorable conditions for intensification. Consensus among models indicates that within the next 12 to 24 hours, Imelda will officially become a Category 1 hurricane, and could even reach Category 2 as it nears Bermuda late Wednesday into Wednesday night. The threat to Bermuda is very clear. The U.S. National Hurricane Center has issued a hurricane warning for the entire island, emphasizing that the projected track has the storm's center likely passing directly over Bermuda Wednesday night into early Thursday morning. That gives residents less than 48 hours to prepare. Importantly, even a deviation of just a few dozen kilometers in track could make a major difference. If the center passes north of the island, Bermuda may escape the very worst winds. If it passes to the south, however, Bermuda would be exposed to the dangerous right front quadrant of the storm, bringing the strongest winds, heaviest rain, and most violent surf. This scenario could actually be worse than a direct hit through the center, since the northern semicircle of Atlantic hurricanes typically carries the highest wind energy. Forecasters warn of sustained winds of 60 to 80 miles per hour with gusts over 100 miles per hour. Rainfall totals of 2 to 4 inches with locally higher amounts, and seas building to 8 to 15 feet. Widespread power outages, downed trees, and severe transportation disruptions are highly likely. Authorities are urging residents to use today to secure property, stock food and water, and complete all necessary preparations before conditions deteriorate. A frequent question has been whether Umberto and Imelda might merge into a single superstorm. Meteorologists note that some degree of interaction is possible, especially as Umberto weakens while moving northward, but this would occur after both systems pass Bermuda and begin transitioning into extratropical lows over cooler waters. Thus, no scenario of a rapidly intensifying super hurricane is expected. If the two do merge, the result would simply be a broad, weakening low-pressure area over the North Atlantic. Forecast models support this outlook. Both GFS and ECMWF indicate that Umberto will be absorbed into Imelda's circulation, with Imelda becoming the dominant system. Hurricane-specific models such as HWRF and HAFS suggest tracks either directly over or just north of Bermuda, essentially the least damaging plausible outcome. However, given forecast uncertainty, a direct passage cannot be ruled out. Ensemble guidance shows strong clustering over scenarios that involve Bermuda taking a direct impact, which increases forecast confidence. Elsewhere in the Atlantic, no significant threats are noted at this time. Still, forecasters are monitoring the Gulf of Mexico and the U.S. southeast coastline, where a trough could generate a small, localized system. The Western Caribbean and Bay of Campeche also carry some potential for disturbances. But current wind shear remains strong, keeping risk low. Farther east off Africa, the main nursery region for Cape Verde storms has entered the latter part of the season, making further large developments less likely. While Bermuda braces for impact, much of the U.S. mainland is enjoying a relatively calm day. The Southeast and Carolinas are experiencing dry, cool northeast flow as a side effect of Imelda's circulation, with scattered light showers and a touch of autumn chill. The Rockies have isolated thunderstorms with minor flash flood potential in Colorado and New Mexico. The upper Midwest and Great Lakes are seeing a thin band of showers through Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan, nothing significant. The Pacific Northwest is entering its fall rainy season as a frontal system spreads rain into Washington, Oregon, and Northern California. Temperatures remain hot across the central U.S., while the Northeast is dry and comfortably cool, ideal for outdoor activities. Overall, no major hazards are expected today across the lower 48 states. In summary, 3 key points stand out. First, Bermuda must urgently prepare for Hurricane Imelda, likely to sweep directly across the island Wednesday night. Second, Umberto is moving away and weakening, and while it may eventually merge with Imelda, no superstorm scenario is expected. Third, the broader Atlantic remains quiet aside from minor, low-probability disturbances in the Gulf and Caribbean, and in these tense hours as Bermuda prepares for a major challenge. We close with a message of faith from Philippians chapter 4 verses 6 to 7. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God will guard your hearts and your minds. Amid the forces of nature, careful preparation and steady faith will help us stand strong. We send prayers of peace to the people of Bermuda and to all of you watching today's broadcast. We will continue to bring updates as new information comes in. Thank you for joining us.